These are the stories topping the news. St. Kitts and Nevis signs agreement with Delta Airlines. Guyana's finance minister investigated for overspending. Divers plan to raise part of the crashed Air Asia plane today. Welcome to the ZIZ Midday newscast for Wednesday, January 7th, 2015. I am Patrice Harris. Now the news in detail. The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis signed a minimum revenue guarantee MRG with the Atlanta-based Delta Airlines on Wednesday. Minister of Tourism Honorable Richard Skerritt signed the agreement on behalf of the government with Delta Airlines representative Christine Kennedy at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. The MRG assures the airline that revenue loss from unfilled seats will be absorbed by the government. The signing of the MRG will now extend Delta's seasonal flights into the country to a year-round operation. The government is confident that the island will generate enough visitors to sustain year-round flights. Delta Airlines currently provides one flight from Atlanta to St. Kitts on Saturdays. Yesterday's event marks the first signing of a MRG between the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and Delta Airlines. The Nevis Reformation Party has begun its visual campaign for the upcoming federal elections. Yesterday, NRP candidate for Nevis 10, the parish of St. George, Gingerland, Corey Tyson, with a group of his supporters, mounted Vote Tyson signs throughout the constituency. Meanwhile, the political newcomer has announced that he will host a back-to-school family fun day on Sunday. The event is scheduled to commence at 3 p.m. at the Handys Road playing field. The Fire and Rescue Services Division is celebrating its 15th anniversary of separation from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation is joining the celebration by facilitating a panel discussion this evening following the major newscast on Channel 5. The discussion will feature contributions from panelists Lennox Griffin and Abdias Samuel, who are fire station officers, and fire sub-officers Garfield Hodge and Timothy Martin. Among the issues to be addressed are the history of separation from police force and the subsequent establishment of the fire service, the roles, functions, responsibilities and partnerships associated with the division, general welfare of fire services, and training and development within the division. The panel discussion will be hosted by ZBC's General Manager, Clement Ogaro. In regional news, a case has been brought against Guyana's finance minister for unauthorized spending in excess of $4.5 billion. On Wednesday, the case started as the opposition presented its arguments before Chief Justice Ian Chang.
Arguments in the case of a Partnership for National Unity challenging government over the spending of billions of dollars not approved by Parliament will continue on Friday before Chief Justice Ian Chang. Embattled Attorney General Alan Nandlal is expected to make his submission. Today, Senior Counsel Rex McKay and Attorney Basil Williams, representing Opposition Leader David Granger, made their submissions. Williams, who related the points made by Senior Counsel McKay, said McKay argued that the affidavit provided by the Attorney General Nandlal had nothing of substance. McKay left the hearing early. According to Williams, the team is confident of securing a conservatory order which prevents further spending by government, but said he hopes that this is done before President Donald Ramotar calls elections. The order, Williams said, will protect the public coffers. The retired brigadier moved to the courts to prevent government from spending any monies on projects not approved in Parliament. Among those projects are the Specialty Hospital and the Treddy Dragon International Airport Expansion Project. Reporting for Capital News, I for Wharton.
Bahamas police have apprehended a man on the most wanted list who was sought in connection with several murders. We hear more in this report.
One of the men on the police most wanted list has been captured. Jamal Eggy Gibson was arrested after 5 this morning. He's wanted for questioning in connection with a number of murders. Authorities say he was found at a home on Broadfield Road in eastern New Providence, hiding under a bed. They also say they found a quantity of marijuana. Now 2 males and 2 females who resided in the home have also been taken into custody for harboring a fugitive and for possession of drugs with intent to supply. 28-year-old Paradale resident Mario Elliott made his first appearance in the South Street Magistrates Court today, accused of killing Samuel Riley on December 27th. Police say Riley, believed to be in his 20s, was in a local nightclub on Carib Road when he bumped into a woman on the dance floor, which led to an argument. This then led to a heated exchange outside the establishment and him being shot. In court, Elliott was not required to enter a plea. A voluntary bill of indictment will be filed on March 9th.
Internationally, divers prepared to raise the tail section of the crashed AirAsia plane today as the search continues for debris and remains. Cathy Sargent reports.
Search teams are getting ready to raise the tail section of AirAsia Flight 8501. The debris was found on Wednesday, and Indonesia's military chief says they're urgently making plans to raise it from the bottom of the Java Sea.
Saya akan pimpin sendiri untuk pengangkatan ekor pesawat.
The priority of the day is to lift the tail of the plane because the black box could be in there. Later, the search operation team will brief me what the plan is and the details. Once we're confirmed with the proposed action, we'll start doing it.
Recovering the black box with the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder could help solve the mystery of why the plane went down on December 28th. Search and recovery teams continue to scour the area where the plane crashed, looking for more wreckage and remains of the 162 people who were on board. Only about a quarter of the victims have been recovered, and only half of those have been identified.
In the wake of the attack on French satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo, cartoonists have flooded social media with illustrations expressing their emotions. The hashtag #JeSouCharlie was a trending topic on Twitter for most of the day, with as many as 4,000 tweets sent every minute. Jim Axelrod reports.
If you target cartoonists, we found out today, the response will be a flood of cartoons, drawn with sharp satire and stunning speed. Two pencils positioned unmistakably as the next Twin Towers. He drew first from a cartoonist in Australia, ridiculing the mindset of the murderers. Weapons of mass creation, detailing the resilience of those fighting back. Bob Mankoff is the cartoon editor of the New Yorker magazine.
It's a terrible day for what happened to these people. It's a defining moment for what you believe in terms of cartoons and humor. And so in that way, I think something important comes out of this tragedy now. And so the cartoonists have not died in vain, really.
The message spreading fastest today? This was an attack on freedom everywhere. In the hours right after the shooting, the hashtag #JSweetCharlie, I am Charlie, flew around Twitter 4,000 times a minute, accompanying the work of the many cartoonists who wanted to strike back.
So it just seemed like the ultimate worst thing, that these gentle people whose only weapon is jokes were killed by real weapons.
But while cartoonists ruled the response, perhaps the most powerful post was this Instagram. The empty desk of one of those killed, posted by his daughter. "Dad is gone," it reads. No cartoon, just a heartbreaking snapshot of real life. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, New York.
Now the weather. Today, there will be an abundance of sunshine in the Federation. Temperatures will reach a high of 28 degrees and a low of 24 degrees, with winds blowing from the east-northeast to 10 to 15 miles per hour. This evening, we'll see light showers and sunset will be at 5:51 p.m. That's it for ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us at 6:30 and 7 p.m. for the evening news. Thank you for joining us. I'm Patrice Harris.